What's up? Continuing our foundations of training, alright? Yesterday I went over foods that you can eat to accelerate your muscle growth and facilitate that clean muscle, that lean muscle that you're looking for. The other day I went over hydration. What did we do before that? Went over natural movement innovation, what I call the Namaste principle. And then now we're about to go into accelerated muscular adaptation. It's what some call muscle confusion. All right, I know a lot of you are familiar with like P90X, and a lot of his workouts are really phenomenal, by the way. But I kind of look at muscle confusion as something else. I look at it as accelerated muscular adaptation. What this means is that I keep a highly varied regimen so that my muscles and my nervous system, or my neuromuscular system together, that they have to really adjust and adapt to what the stress I'm putting it under. So let's say one day I might do pull-up burpees, right? So I might do a pull-up and burpee combo, and I might just do that for 20 minutes. And then, because those are two pretty full body exercises, the pull-up is going to be entirely working your upper body, and then your burpee is going to be working your full body. You're going to be doing the squat jump with the full stand-up, right? So I do full movements like that. I do a lot of movements that involve multiple joints and multiple muscle groups. These are gonna really accelerate your muscular recruitment, as well as burn a lot of calories because you're using more muscle, as opposed to, let's say, a traditional bodybuilder or a traditional anybody, right, is just in there doing bicep curls, right? So to work my bicep, I do curl-ups, because now I'm working my upper back, I'm working my core, I'm working my traps a little bit, I'm working my chest a little bit, so I get more bang for my buck essentially with each exercise. And that's also forcing my body to really work in unison, and that's my goal. So if you need more, of course, of more of a targeted thing, then of course add those targeted exercises. Keep those targeted exercises. But you want to make sure that if you're doing targeted exercise, you want to make sure that you also do things that work compound movements as well, so that you're really functional. Again, these are all going to be based off of your goals. Like if functionality is not really the biggest thing, and you bodybuilding, you totally dismiss what I'm saying right now, because you know that you need to get a pump, or you know that you need to build a certain bicep, or you need to build a muscle to look a certain way, and to fit a certain proportion. But doing calisthenics keeps you very proportional if you keep a very well balanced regimen. All right. So changing the variables that you can change are like your velocity, so like your speed of the rep. Whether you're trying to do super fast or super slow, whether you're trying to do super controlled. And now we're starting to get into that realm. We're starting to talk about time under tension. Again, these are all things that are going to mesh together. Your time under tension, right? The time under tension is the amount of time, right, that you're holding your tension. Simple. So time under tension would be that. This is time under tension. The full rep is time under tension. So let's say if you just did this, right? Short time under tension, as opposed to somebody who does a slow, controlled, concentrated rep, right? Far more time under tension. More time under tension builds more lean muscle mass, all right? It also changes or builds the muscle in a different type of way than very fast-paced, high repetition reps, right? So what you're working on with high repetition, very fast reps is sarcoplasmic growth, or fluid growth in the muscle. That's what's giving you that nice, rounded, softer looking muscle, but it's very full, very, very vibrant muscle. But when you're doing slow, that's how you get more of those striations, all right? That's how you get more shredded, doing slow and controlled, all right? So controlling your variables, your time under tension, your velocity, whether you're doing dynamic, static, these are going to be like your isometric or plyometric exercises, all right? So whether you're doing a pull-up and holding at the top. So I might do like 10 pull-ups and I hold at the top for the final one. Or I might do all of my pull-ups, I'm really holding at the top, like I'm not just getting there and releasing. All right, so I'm always really thinking about time under tension, because it's always helping me stay a little more shredded. All right, when you think about quick twitch or slow twitch muscles, those are going to be your type 1 and type 2 fibers. So you also have like a type 2A fiber, and they've been talking about this hybrid fiber, I believe, to be like one of the most functional fibers. It really It allows for you to go for a long period of time and do highly explosive exercise with those same muscle fibers. All right, so those are the types that we're really trying to build, are the hybrid muscle fibers. Smart periodization is gonna really help you as far as your muscle adaptation. All right, so periodization means that you have a certain period of time when you're going through certain cycles. So I run, if you have my program, you'll see that it starts off with the hardening cycle or the hammer cycle. This is where we're getting our foundational training in, getting a lot of reps in, getting our base in. Then we start getting to more of our isometric. We start doing a lot of isometrics towards the back end of that as well to build tendons and build the muscles around the joints, so we start going into plyo on the next phase, okay? So the next phase is I like to call like that sharpening phase. All right, so we're starting to kind of get our chisel straight. We're starting to see some muscle definition. We're starting to like pick up more muscle mass. Now we want to cut it up a little bit. So then we start to cut that up a little bit, go through that cycle, and then we'll go through another cycle where we just basically like focus on more of our elements. All right, so now we got our functional training and we got our shred going now. Now we want to get better at our handstands or our elements and things of that nature, so we work on that. That also really help with your shred. And then that last portion, we're starting to cut caloric intake a little bit, starting to do a little more fasting. And then that's really when you're going to see all the rest of your shredded look. We call that the chisel phase. All right, so phasing out your workouts and periodization, doing weighted, you're going to have weighted calisthenic exercises in that second phase of movement and things like that. So just as we start to work through the movements, everything is going to be a lot more suited for you. All right, so I got a couple people about to pop in. I'll restart this video in a second, guys. And because I was rambling. What's that, Joy? Yeah, my bad. I'm over here at the juice bar, of course, too. So when people come in, I gotta stop. But all right, to finish up, advanced muscle adaptation or accelerated muscle adaptation. Hi. Little girl just stopped and saw me talking to the camera, so she nodded away. That was cute. But all right, what you want to do is you want to, I just went through the variables, and you want to make sure that you start changing those up. You know what I'm saying? Don't be too gung-ho about it to where you're like, you're trying to overload yourself with weight too quickly. But definitely change up the variety of the exercise, the angle. If you're doing push-ups, go to incline and decline push-ups. Be doing your typewriters and your archers and your diamonds. If you're doing squats, take it from the wide or normal stance to skinny stance to wide stance to doing 180 squats with a 180 jump and doing your knee tucks. Just adding as much variety in as possible. This is gonna really accelerate how fast your body starts to learn things. And then when your nervous system is really strong, you're going to get strong and fast and more powerful at a faster rate, because your nervous system is really what's kind of driving the coordination factor. All right, so train your nervous system hard, your neuromuscular system, add variety, make it think. Yeah, that's it. Tomorrow I'll hit you guys with what we got next. We're going to cardio calisthenics. We've been kind of talking about that a lot, but we'll go like more in depth into cardio calisthenics, into active recovery. All right. So love you guys and happy training. Peace.
DJ Vibe. Run it, bruh.